So we developed Cultivate by being invited to be part of Ruritage, which is a 4-year European-wide project, which essentially is exploring the role that culture and heritage can play in rural regeneration.
I grow apples and pears at North Perrott Fruit Farm, and we've got a small farm shop that's been in existence for 50 years now. Take Art's poets have helped us out on a few occasions. Certainly for our Apple Day, they were covertly on our trailer rides around the farm, and they'd get the tractor and trailer would get to the top of the farm and stop, maybe watching some vintage ploughing, and the poet would get up and give an impromptu rendition to a round of applause. And another occasion was probably during the second lockdown, when we were doing weekly deliveries of local food from our farm shop to mostly elderly customers by that stage. The food would be delivered, poetry would be read, and the elderly customers really loved it. It's good for communities.
Cultivate works with communities in the market towns of Crewkerne, Ilminster, South Petherton and Chard. And we look to those communities to find the local food stories in and around those areas. One of the hidden gems that we found is a gorgeous farm in Little Norton, just at the bottom of Ham Hill. We worked with Lisa and Mark Parsons, who run the farm there, to engage in a fantastic event involving Farmyard Circus Group. The group performed there for over 275 people, whilst Mark and Lisa served their local produce. So hopefully they'll have repeat business, and that connection's been made.
We're at Ham Hill in South Somerset, and I've been teaching aerial workshops to kids this morning. So what's good about bringing together food, culture, the arts, people is really, I think, just the human connection, and that we've spent so long in the last few years feeling quite isolated. It's just brilliant that we get to actually connect, and basically all of those ingredients to me feel like they help to contribute to a sense of community.
One of the purposes of the project was to be inspired by each other and inspire as well. And so we worked quite closely with one of our partners in Puglia in southern Italy, who have been working on local farms, bringing arts activity to engage with people, just to add that extra value, that extra kind of, if you engage with the food and how it's grown, and the art is brilliant at supporting that, then I don't know, that helps to increase business, it helps people make more of a connection with what's being grown.
We try to source local food wherever we can because we want to support the local farmers, and also we feel that the amount of carbon emissions from the transport from big lorries and so on that cart food around the country from supermarket to distribution warehouses is pretty unacceptable. I think this sort of event that we're running today and the whole Cultivate project is absolutely vital. I think the arts can bring out things in people that they didn't know that they had. It can make them open to new things and new ideas, creative ways of thinking. And if people open up their creative channels, then they're more likely to be able to think creatively about where they're going to buy their food from, become more confident in their cooking skills, and just basically change habits. The arts can't be bigged up enough, in my opinion, and the Cultivate project is everything that's important with music, art, theatre, poetry, dance, and bringing that together with food. To me, you can't ask for better than that.
These days I chair Wells Food Network, which is a member organisation of a national network called Sustainable Food Places. Basically, its concept is to say, essentially, the way that we grow our food at present destroys the environment. The fact that the food is commodified, is sent outside the local area, doesn't benefit the local economy at all. A lot of the food is then converted into ultra-processed food, which is then bad for people's health. So in other words, the food system we have at present is frankly broken. And what the Cultivate project did so wonderfully, actually, was to introduce a new approach to this. They introduced performing arts into the equation. We're very conscious of the need to ensure that people at every level of budget are able to access sustainably grown, locally produced food. And the arts sort of cuts right across that, really, because equally we all enjoy the performing arts. So this is a new way of connecting with people, and I foresee performing arts being sort of underpinning the way in which we communicate this message to the wider public.
Hi, I'm Sarah Mooney. I'm a storyteller, mythmaker, writer, and I've just been telling stories at this event, The Chill on the Hill. It's been fantastic. I just feel like I've been with a sea of smiling faces, just delighted with being here, delighted with storytelling, just delighted with this gorgeous summer that we're having. What I've really enjoyed about today with these Cultivate events is that they've been so nourishing on so many levels. Someone said to me once that paradise was being nourished on different levels, and I think we've got that just right today with the food and the storytelling and the music, the stone circle, the nature. It's all here, and I feel really gladdened by it.
The benefits of local produce are quite a few fold. For instance, this cauliflower has travelled 6 miles from that direction behind me. It was cut this morning. Therefore, it's going to taste nicer. It's fresher. It still squeaks if you squeeze it. If you spend £1 on a cauliflower, or less potentially from me, I'll spend my £1 on the local MOT guy or Jonathan's apple juice. And it keeps the money circulating in the local economy. As far as art is concerned, this afternoon at the farm we've become involved with a play that's been written by a local guy, Nick White. And it tells a very good sort of local story connected with food. And so we've got food grown on the farm, a play on the farm with food involved in it.
I'm here today at Bowerhinton Farm, and a lot of the people who are here today are coming up to see Wassail's next show, which is called Birthday Day. And Birthday Day has been commissioned by Take Art as part of their Cultivate project and as part of the Somerset Food Trail. It's a really important project for Wassail, this, and for Take Art, and generally I think because it's a manifest example of culture, food and the arts bringing people together. The story that we're telling really tells the story of different communities, of different stories, of different traditions, of family, of coming together and sharing things. And that's what the arts does, that's what food does, that's what makes culture culture.
We're on Ham Hill. People have been gathering on Ham Hill for over 3,000 years to feast, celebrate, dance and open their minds and brains up to the universe, and it's an essential part of being human to gather, celebrate, join together and connect with ourselves, the lands, the seasons and everything else.
Just seen the Birthday Day play by Wassail Theatre, which has been really lovely, really wonderful. And I guess what it does is bring people that might not otherwise be, have the message or be getting the information about sustainable food and local food and how important that is. People come here for the play and then find themselves getting a message about sustainability and local food. And I think that's reaching a different audience, basically.
Hi, I'm Natasha Rand from Creation Generation, and I am looking very smudged and feeling smoky and cooked because we've just finished the pizza oven project, the slow burn. But I am very happy. It's just been everything I hoped. The kids have loved it. They've totally bonded over making this incredible creation that we have cooked for so many people today, pizza after pizza, and everybody's just so impressed with the hard work that they've put into it. And I'm just feeling really proud at the moment. I'm just loving what we've achieved. I just feel that sculpting this oven has brought these kids together and given them a feeling of connection, like a bond between themselves as a group, between the pride that it does when you make something and you create something, and then just watching them share what the oven's actually made with other people, and just feeling so chuffed with themselves, like look what we made, and have some food, and it's just been a really genuinely beautiful project.
We've brought the grandchildren to see the show, and it's been absolutely fabulous. Locally, we travelled about a mile, highly affordable, I think £2 a head to get in. And what do you get for £2? Half a pint of beer these days. Long may it continue.
The difference that the Cultivate activity has made to the market has been it's added a real vibrancy. It makes sense to bring food producers and artists together because, you know, we eat with our eyes. Food, we're attracted to what it looks like as well as what it tastes like. I did think that when Nick first performed his piece at the farmer's dinner, what it triggered was this just incredible conversation about the future of farming and about the way it's changed. The power of that and the emotion will stay with me forever.
So Yeovil Together first started, and it was a group of people, myself, a committee. We got together from ethnic diverse communities and decided to do an event to celebrate the culture and diversity of Yeovil. So the Cultivate project actually came in the second Yeovil Together, and basically they were there from the start. They supported us with networking and different arts and foods and bringing all that together. So we had Corbana Lindsay, who was the slack rope walker, and it was amazing. People really engaged with him. You know, it was like a really family-friendly atmosphere. And I think the other part that they brought was David Reeks and his poem about Yeovil Together, because he'd gone around to all the different stall holders and people that were providing food and put this amazing poem together.
That's culture, that's life, that's Yeovil Together.
Food has a way of bringing people together. People talk about their foods, and people have so many diverse foods from diverse backgrounds. And when you amalgamate that with the arts, with performing, with making things, it's just a beautiful thing that, you know, that comes together really.
This particular project's been really good for us. It's brought everybody together in the sense of after COVID and understanding farming a little bit better. It's great to have the Farmyard Circus here. They've been really good fun. For us especially, it's just to understand where your food comes from and keeping it sustainable.
We're pretty ambitious, really, with what we want to achieve. I think for the next few months, the year or so, we want to consolidate. We've worked with a whole range of wonderful people and businesses and organisations in and around the area that Cultivate is based. So we want to build on those relationships. For us, it's working so well, and we just want to be able to share, the impact.